Dear children, this is Mentors English Express and I'm Sudha Oberoi. In my previous video, I had explained poem number 3, A Tiger in the Zoo, to the students of class 10th from their English book First Flight. In this video of question answers part 1, I am going to explain you important points of the poem as well as textual questions. Here are the important points of the poem. The tiger is confined to a cage in a zoo. He walks within the length and breadth of the cage with his padded paws. So he is very angry. Had he been in his natural habitat, he should be hiding in the tall grass, waiting to pounce upon his prey, a plump deer. Plump means fat. Sometimes he would have haunted near the villages, on the outskirts of the forest, scaring villages with his teeth and claws, but he is feeling helpless inside the cage. He simply ignores the visitors because he is angry for being confined to cage. At night, he hears the sounds of patrolling cars and then looks at the twinkling stars with the hope in his eyes. Children, so the tiger is angry inside the cage because he is helpless. He doesn't express his anger because he knows that the visitors are not going to set him free. He craves to be in his natural habitat, that is forest, because there he can move around freely and hunt his prey. I hope these points have helped you understand the poem. Now let's see textual questions. First question is, find the words that describe the movements and actions of the tiger in the cage and in the wild. Arrange them into columns. See the columns. In the cage, the tiger stalks, quite with rage, ignores visitors, hears the sound of patrolling cars, stares at stars. In the wild, lurks in shadow, slides through the long grass, snarls around the houses, baring his white fangs and terrorizing villagers. Second part of this question is, find the words that describe the two places and arrange them into columns. Then share ideas about how the poet uses words and images to contrast the two situations. Inside the cage, he takes few steps, locked in concrete cell, his strength behind bars, stalking the length of the cage. And in wild, lurks behind the shadow and long grass, snarling around houses, baring his white fangs and claws, terrorizing people. The poet contrasts the plight of the tiger in cage and in natural surroundings. He says that the royal, majestic, ferocious tiger would have roared in the vast forest, hunting for his choice of prey and terrorizing the villagers. But inside the cage, he is upset and angry for his freedom has been snatched. He has lost interest in his surroundings and has become submissive. He is left with no choice but to stare at the twinkling stars, pleading for mercy. Your next question is, notice the use of a word repeated in lines such as these. On pads of velvet quite, in his quite rage. Here quite word is repeated. Velvet quite means that the paws of the tiger are padded and cushioned. When he walks in the cage, they don't make noise. So noiselessly, he walks inside the cage. See the other use of quite? It means silent, trying to control or resist his anger. You know that the tiger is angry because he is shut up in the cage. So quite rage means he is helpless. And stares with his brilliant eyes at brilliant stars. What do you think is the effect of this repetition? Brilliant stars means stars are shining, twinkling brightly. Brilliant eyes means that he has hope in his eyes, hope of getting free from this confinement. The repetition leaves a beautiful impact on the reader's mind. Next is, are zoos necessary for the protection or conservation of some species of animals? Are they useful for educating the public? Are there alternatives to zoos. We all know that animals are becoming extinct because of our greed to kill them. So we need to preserve them from the cruel hands of the poachers. This small effort is going to revive the species of rarest birds and animals, and also help in educating young children by giving them experience of watching these ferocious animals from closeness in their natural surroundings. Besides, it gives employment also to the people. The only alternative to save these beautiful rare species from becoming extinct is to take genuine care of them and guard them from ruthless poachers. Public must be educated about their importance in maintaining food chain. I think questions are clear. You can elaborate these value points. You can download the PDF containing answers from my Facebook page, the link of which is given in the description below. Children, if you have enjoyed this video, like, share and subscribe it. You can also post your comments in the comments box below. Thank you.